Comeback City, man. The Chicago Bears traveled to Indianapolis thinking they're going to get a win in preseason. Little did they know the Colts would score 21 unanswered points and win 24-17. Sam Ehlinger conducting the comeback, bringing the Colts down from 7-17, beating the Chicago Bears 24-17. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you do not miss any future videos. Great place to be. We're building something incredible here. Just stick around. I promise you I'm going to be one of the best decisions you've ever made. And let's not waste so much more of your time. I want to get into a topic, some good, there's some bad. I also want to talk about the Chicago Bears Tyson Bagent quarterback. He looked pretty good. So, Gardner Minshew, talk about Gardner Minshew first. So, Gardner Minshew looked pretty good for the most part. He did have a few overthrows. There was one where he overthrew over the middle of the field. I think it was Juwan Winfrey went through his hands, and ultimately it kind of like got tipped up a little bit, went behind him, and luckily the safety didn't intercept the ball. It just hit the ground, and then he also overthrew a pass to Josh Downs. Josh Downs ran a nice clean route, nice little out route, overthrew it. So he had a pretty good day, honestly. Gardner Minshew did not look bad. It's just a few overthrows, a few things here and there showing why he is a backup quarterback and why he's not a starter in the NFL. But honestly, he did pretty good. Not too many complaints from me for Gardner Minshew. You know, we were all kind of disappointed that Gardner Minshew started over Anthony Richardson. Want to address that. Why did you start Gardner Minshew? Why did you not play Anthony Richardson when you know he needs the experience? Maybe they wanted to say, hey, watch Gardner Minshew this game, come back next game, play next game. Maybe they want him to get one game in the first week, second week, sit in the sideline, watch Gardner Minshew, and then I want to see if they're going to play him in preseason week 3. Maybe they'll switch who start. No, they already announced that Anthony Richardson will be starting week 1, but maybe they'll change it if they play Gardner Minshew to start next week as well. I guess we'll see, whoever does better in practice, but they really already named Anthony Richardson the starter for week 1. So if they go back on it, not going to look good, but, Anthony Richardson needs the experience. Why not start Anthony Richardson? Why be... I'm not saying they're scared. I'm just saying, when you have a quarterback that only had 13 starts in college, barely played, like 400 passing attempts, I think, 400 passing attempts or 400 completions, just didn't play much at all, you need to get this man the experience he needs. There's only so much he can learn on the sideline, watching, holding a clipboard. So, really questionable decision, but hey, trust the process, right? You gotta kind of trust the process. And now I want to talk about Josh Downs. Josh Downs had himself an incredible game. The stat sheet is just gonna show 2 receptions for 20 yards, but really he had 4 receptions. You can't say 4. He was wide open on the out route. Gardner Minshew overthrew him, but I'm 99% sure Josh Downs would have caught it. So right there, got open, nice route running there. He caught one on 3rd down to convert, but a penalty brought it back. He was open. It was like a tight space. Beautiful catch in traffic Josh Downs made to what would have been a 3rd down conversion if the offensive line wasn't holding. So Josh Downs had a pretty good game. So 2 passes there weren't really, 2 of them weren't really his fault, especially the one where offensive line held and what could have been a 3rd down conversion didn't ultimately happen. I want to talk about some of the defensive guys a little bit too here. Nick Cross and Grant Stewart. Nick Cross looked very good. He's all over the field making big-time plays, and I'm happy he's out there. He's playing well. He can be a very good player for this Indianapolis Colts team this year. Now, Gus Bradley's system is very complicated. As announcers were saying, they were saying that the strong safety position for Gus Bradley's system is very complicated. Maybe they threw him out there and he wasn't playing well. He didn't look comfortable. They say, hey, we're going to sit you. We're not going to play you as much. We're going to let you learn. We're going to let you get up to speed. And that they did. And right now he is flying around looking comfortable, but he's actually playing free safety because Julian Blackmon is a strong safety now. Moved from free safety to strong safety, which I think that kind of fits Julian Blackmon's play style a little better. So Nick Cross looked very good. Happy to see him playing well. He's in the backfield making tackles, big time tackles. Really liked what we see from him. We saw Julius Brents. I didn't think he allowed anything. If so, it was very minimal because we weren't talking about him like he was bad or he was good. If you don't hear anything about a corner, typically it's good. He had the one, it was one screenplay that kind of impressed me. It was a little play, but it was the first drive Tyson Bagent came in, do a little screenplay to Dante Pettis and Julius Brents, really pushed back it was a wide receiver screen, and he pushed back the blocker, and he stopped the momentum of the play of the receiver. Dante Pettis had cut back in, try to get a couple yards inside, and he did, but he really slowed down a screen patch, which could have been for much more. So good play by Julius Brents, really going hard. Grant Stewart, this dude has looked phenomenal. Did very good. He's a very good special teamer, and he's been incredible. He's been very productive at the linebacker position. He got an interception yesterday. He got a sack. He had like 5 or 6 tackles. Grant Stewart really impressing me. I'm really liking what we're seeing from him. So Grant Stewart absolutely going to get a roster spot. He's not going nowhere, and is very deserving, well-deserved. He's played phenomenal. In his first game, I think he had like 10 tackles. Not sure if he had a sack. I'm pretty sure he had a tackle for a loss or 2. I think he had 1. Might have had another, but I remember 1. Grant Stewart looking phenomenal, so I'm really liking how this linebacker room is going to shape up. You're going to have Shaq Leonard, Zaire Franklin, EJ Speed, Grant Stewart, JoJo Doman. I really like this linebacker room. It's a really nice room. And I want to talk about Jalen Jones. Jalen Jones looked pretty good. He had a phenomenal special teams play. I was just, we just saw Ashton Dulin go down, and I was asking myself, damn, who is going to fill in for that special team spot? Who is going to fill in for, the depth at wide receiver? Well, Jalen Jones made it look like he is going to fill in for Ashton Dulin in special teams. He played special teams, had an incredible tackle, didn't let him go. I think he barely had him, but stayed with the tackle, ultimately took him down. Very good special teams play by Jalen Jones, and a few really nice plays on defense. Running up, hitting the tight end hard. I think it was a tight end he hit hard, dropped the football. Did have one ball caught on him, but he was there. He made it really difficult he made the catch really difficult. Still was caught, but Jalen Jones looked really good yesterday. Really, the entire secondary, I saw some good things from the secondary. We'll talk about Darius Rush in a minute. Darius Rush did not look very good. I say in a minute, I'm talking about him now. Darius Rush did not look very good. He got absolutely cooked by former Colts wide receiver Darius Fountain. He did not look very good whatsoever. Blake Freeland. Wait, no, that's going back to offense. Hold on. DeLis Flowers did not commit. There was a third and 5. And it was incomplete, but the refs called a PI. I didn't see any PI. Did not think it was PI. I thought DeLis Flowers had an incredible coverage play, or credible rep in coverage. So I think the refs were I think you got to let them play that. Didn't let them play. So I'd say DeLis Flowers played pretty good yesterday. Eric Johnson, I think he had a good game up the middle. Adetomiwa looked much better than he did in week 1. It's good to see the depth of this defensive line coming through. Talked about Darius Rush, did not look very good. What else? It seemed like, later on as a game, we did have, 3, 4s, and 5s on the defensive line, but it seemed like that, they were struggling to stop the run. Good thing that we got a fumble. Otherwise, it seemed like, they were just going to keep running the ball and maybe go and score a field goal because the Colts went for 2, I'm pretty sure. They were going to go down. No, did they? No, they got the 2. It was 21, and then Colts got it back on the fumble, kicked the field goal, and then ultimately the game was over. But, yeah, I thought the defensive line really liked the second team and third and fourth. Well, probably the third. Deep on the depth chart, the depth not looking good, stopping the run. Adetomiwa did look okay at times. Titus Leo, I believe he got a sack. He had a nice play. Stayed with the quarterback. I believe it was Tyson Bagent. It was either Philip Walker, Tyson Bagent, or Nathan Peterman. It might have been Peterman. Got off the block, stayed with the quarterback, made sure he wasn't going anywhere, made the nice tackle. I don't know if it was, I think it was a sack. So Titus Leo looked a lot better than last week. Didn't do anything last week. So, and then the offensive line. Let's talk about the offensive line. Go to the offensive side. So, Blake Freeland, I thought he looked pretty good at, he played left tackle. Thought he looked pretty good at left tackle. Had a few nice pass blocking reps. Had a lot of nice run blocking reps. There were a few reps where the edge rusher beat him and Minshew had to step up, or someone had to step up and kind of like try and escape. But I thought he looked okay. Wasn't great. Wasn't horrible. He was good. So the O-line, I want to talk about the offensive line, the run blocking. Offensive line run blocking was pretty bad the entire game. There was no room for any running backs, no room for Jake Funk, Deion Jackson, Evan Hull, Jason Huntley at the end of the game. There's absolutely no room to run. So the depth on this offensive line in terms of run blocking is absolutely horrible. There's like nothing there. Arlington Hambright was pretty bad. Danny Pinner looked okay at center. I know Wesley French was out there at one point. Not sure if Emil Ikior Jr. was out there. I didn't see him out there. Was he maybe released? I'm not sure. I didn't really see him out there. Although he might have been out there. I just didn't pay attention too well. Late game, I was exhausted. It was like 10 o'clock. And the night prior, I slept like 4.5 hours. Even had a little monster to keep me up. I know, not good. But offensive line did not do very good. Especially run blocking. Could not get any room for any of the running backs at any point in the game. Leading rusher was Sam Ehlinger, who's, I think there was one or two design runs he ran well on, but other than that, not really. It was really Sam Ehlinger doing a lot of the work on the ground, and Sam Ehlinger came in the second half. No, he was actually at the end of the second. He came in at, the last drive before halftime. So Sam Ehlinger, let's talk about Sam Ehlinger in the comeback little stint there. That was nice. 21 unanswered points. Colts were down 7-17. Seemed like Sam Ehlinger just found some juices, found some kind of flow, and really got them going. And I really like Di Montgomery, the receiver, number 84. Wait, no, I believe it was 34. Looked very good receiving the football. Caught a few passes and contested catches. Don't forget that Juwan Winfrey caught a touchdown pass earlier on in the game. I kind of want to take a look at the numbers for Gardner Minshew and Sammy Ehlinger real quick. So I'm going to look up Colts, and hopefully the game will come right up. The game does come right up. Beautiful. So let's look at Colts. Gardner Minshew was 3 for 15, 107 yards, 1 touchdown, and those there was 2 passes where he overthrew. Otherwise, that was an incredible game for Gardner Minshew. Sam Ehlinger, 9 for 14, 124. A few plays here and there. He makes questionable decisions. He overthrew an out. He did overthrow an out route, so he did have a few things that I struggled with there, but ultimately he led the comeback, and it was awesome. 9 for 14, 124 yards. Jason Huntley had tie with Sam Ehlinger for the most carries, 8 carries, 19 rushing yards. Sam Ehlinger had 8 carries for 60 rushing yards and a rushing touchdown. Sam Ehlinger looked pretty good. Had a few mistakes here and there, especially passing the ball, and that is why he is listed at number 3. Gardner Minshew is a pretty good backup, did pretty well. It was actually DJ Montgomery at 2 receptions, 39 yards. James Washington, Sam Ehlinger laid it right in the breadbasket. That's kind of what sparked the comeback. The guy that we just signed, former Pittsburgh Steeler and Dallas Cowboy. I forget which team he played for prior, but James Washington comes to Indianapolis like a day before and makes a big play immediately. He wants a roster spot. He wants a shot. Amari Rodgers looked good. He had a few nice catches here and there. I know he did get tackled behind the line of scrimmage on a wide receiver screen pass. Juwan Winfrey had a few really nice passes. He was productive. 4 catches, 24 yards. Had a nice touch on the back of the end zone. Not an easy catch to make. Let's see the guys that got a sack. Titus Leo, Grant Stewart. I thought Grant Stewart did get an interception. Maybe that was the week prior. Grant Stewart did not get an interception, but he was still a very good player, very good special teams player, and ultimately very good in defense. Titus Leo had 1 sack. He had 7 tackles. That's pretty impressive. He had 3 solo tackles, 4 assists. If you want to count the assists in there, Grant Stewart had 6. Khalid Kareem had a sack. I mean, that's really it. I thought we did get an interception. I guess not, but I also want to talk about Tyson Bagent real quick, the rookie quarterback out of Shepherd. He looked incredible for the Chicago Bears, making really nice throws into tight windows and such. Beautiful, beautiful couple drives by Tyson Bagent. I think if they had Tyson Bagent there in the entire game, I don't think things would have changed offensively for the Bears. Nathan Peterman looked okay, but Nathan Peterman is Peterman. He overthrew quite a few balls. He did okay. He threw a touchdown, but at the end of the day, he's playing against 3s, 4s, 5s, guys that may not ever see a football field again, especially this season mainly. So that's all I got for you guys this video. The Indianapolis Colts capture a comeback victory at home in Lucas Oil Stadium. They win. They go on and score 21 unanswered points, and they win 24-17 against the Chicago Bears. That's all I got for you guys today. And thank you for tuning in to the JDW Sports Talk Show, where every fan is welcome. If you enjoy Colts content, NFL content, make sure you like, subscribe, put the post notification bell on so you don't miss any future videos. You join the Discord as well. We are active, always talking football, building a great community. That's all I got for you today. It's the JDW Sports Talk Show. And last but not least, we have member shoutouts. Marshman and Red the Rat. Oh man, I still have the scoreboard here. Move the scoreboard down. Marshman, Red the Rat, I appreciate you guys becoming members, but I want all you to know that you never have to become a member. Don't ever feel like you have to become a member, but the people that do become a member and decide to further support the show, they will get a little extra. It's fair. They're giving a little extra. They're supporting, and they're supporting a little extra. They're giving me a little extra, which ultimately just goes back into the show, and the members are going to get a little extra. It's just how it goes. So thank you for tuning into the JDW Sports Talk Show. And I'm officially signing off.